Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's another day, another formation. It's your boy Trey and my man Bishop, and this is First Formation Morning Sports Talk. Bishop, what's good with you, bruh?
What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? WGO. How's everybody this hump day? How y'all doing, man? Fall in. Hopefully everybody's having a great hump day thus far. I do know, it is hump day. Yeah, I still got the Super Bowl champions in my background. I don't want y'all to forget that I picked them to win the Super Bowl. So y'all might see that pretty much all week. I don't know. Ain't decided whether or not I'm gonna take it down as of yet. Now I know Trey probably don't want to see it no more, but of course,
I'm not
when
gonna even
you
lie to you, bruh. I said thought I was like, Lord Jesus, I hope he changed that damn name.
oh, no, of course not. I must leave that up to show you who the goat is. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, I had to do what I had to do. You know what, But anywho, how's everyone? What's good, Trey? What's good with you this morning, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. Just another day. Looking forward to our after the show. That's got me pretty
Oh, tell them about
pretty.
it, Trey. You gotta give
Yes,
them,
yes,
yeah,
yes. So,
give it
of
to them.
course, as y'all know, say how things move, and so when you meet certain people, come across. So, of course, as we know, our regular guest that we have, Ron Lowe, he has his own platform and network called the Unspeakeasy, and so after we get off the show, we do a little talking in the background in the backstage, off after we end the broadcast. And so a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week or so ago, we were discussing and talking about the show Power and saying different things. So saying fast forward a little bit, basically what that has parlayed into is uh myself, Bishop, and Ron are going to be doing a podcast in reference to talking about power, the I think the unpowered universe. Let me get the right connection. But basically, we're going to record our first podcast to it after the show, and then it will air to, I believe, today. But then it's going to be a weekly show, which we do every Tuesday, basically after we get off air. So the opportunity to speak and talk about that, giving saying take our adaptable skills and talking about do what we do here and use it in another way. Saying, especially when you like doing, you love doing something that you love doing.
Yeah,
It doesn't even feel like
work.
it's just all good. You're fun. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that I'm looking forward to that definitely.
And what is
Uh,
it called? What I forgot the name is into the power verse. I guess
Yes,
it is.
into the power verse with Trey Bishop and Ron Lowe on the Speakeasy rewatch. Of course, I think, like I said, it'll be a audio podcast as well as I think it would be on YouTube. So, of course, as soon as we get the information from our man Ron, we'll push it out so that way, if y'all want to check it out, if you've seen the powers, especially now Power Force, feel free to check us out on there. We'll push that information out. If not, if you ain't been checking on the powers, you might not want to check this out. You might want to go and do some binge watching first, and then come back, you know what I'm saying, and get down with the get down. But of course, yeah, hope to see y'all there as well. Uh, so, Bishop, hump day, bro. How
Yeah.
do you look forward to the hump days, or is it the days after the hump day in which you look forward to?
Um, what do you mean, like in regards to what? Like,
On a on a weekly basis? Is it hump day? Did you like, man, if I get to hump day with no problems, I won't be good. After that, is all good after that,
mm,
or is it more
mm.
like, nah, I'm more of a Friday type person?
I'm more of a Friday type person. I look forward to more to Friday than I am for hump day.
So when you, and I asked this question, when you were service, still had on the greens, the whites, and everything. Were you more of a were you still look forward to the Friday person then, or was you more of a look forward to the Thursday? Because everyone, if you don't know, Thursdays are a special day for the food service industry in the military, as well as maybe the customers and patrons. If you know what I'm talking about, Bishop.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Thursday was soul food day. For
Mm-hmm.
those that was prior in service and or still in, y'all may know that yeah, normally and I don't know if they did that everywhere, but here when
Maybe
I was
so
in
because
yeah, a
look
lot
at
of
Stanton.
places they did soul food day. So uh I don't know. That day it's
Did you
so
look
I
forward to
kind
that
of
day, bro?
I was about
It's
to say I
it's like
kind
a
of look
show
forward
every
to it.
week, bro.
Yeah,
It's like a weekly podcast. Like Joyce going there, like yo, we finna get these. Some places might have did oxtails or something like
right,
that to be
right.
a little to add a little flavor or whatever case like that. But of course, what was y'all menu for the most part, Bishop? What you read with every for them soldiers or the service
So
members?
so I will say this, right? Like I said, Thursday was, I've had it was soul food day in some duty stations. Other places, like when I was deployed, the Thursday it was surf and turf. Um, so it all depends. Catfish, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we all, excuse me, each duty station had something maybe different on a Thursday, but normally it fell on
You
Thursday
can
because
guarantee
normally
one thing was on the roster on the list.
yeah, yeah. And one thing is that also, if y'all don't know, Thursdays for those who aren't military personnel, Thursdays also sergeant's time training. So
Mm-hmm.
sergeant's time training really consisted of you normally didn't have PT on that day. I don't believe if I stand corrected. Normally sergeant's time training. You may did we have PT during sergeant's time training on
No,
Thursday?
I did. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because because those. Well, it depends.
Yeah, depend. Yeah,
If the unit they can pull the cooks from the DFAC, then I would have sergeant time training. We'll go do something, or we'll go do PT if that, or we'll do sergeant time training. Usually, it's sergeant time training about
right,
after the first meal. Then I
right.
conduct sergeant time training, and then yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it all depends. So I will say I did look forward to it because like Trey could probably definitely elaborate as well. Soul food meal, that was a meal or surf and turf, eat whatever the specialty meal was on that Thursday. That was your opportunity to shine as a cook, as a culinary specialist. You know what I'm saying? You had an opportunity to go in there, show what you've learned from the time in which you've been in different duty stations, different NCOs who's over you, who's taught you a few things here and there throughout your career. So this was the time for you to really, 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 not saying any other day wasn't, but on Thursday we just had a influx of people come in more on those specialty meals because it's a specialty meal, whether it's like I said, surf and turf, whether it's crab legs, um, lobster tails, so forth and so on, or whether it's like Lastanton said, catfish, black eyed peas, hoppin' john, or shrimp, whatever, shrimp on surf and turf, or whatever. So that was your opportunity. Macaroni and cheese, greens. That was your opportunity to show your skills. So yeah, we kind of combat PT for Thursday. Okay, I feel you, Zach. So we had an opportunity to be able to showcase our skills behind, in the kitchen. And so
Mm-hmm.
that was something that we kind of look forward to because, whether people know it or not, it was a friendly competition.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, when it came down to shifts. And Trey can definitely contest to this because one shift leader, because there's a shift leader over every shift. So one shift leader, the shift leader of his shift always felt his shift was the best because he had certain individuals he know that he could put in certain areas that would shine when it came down to it for the lunch meal, because the lunch meal was always the specialty meal 9 times out of 10. That's when everybody would mostly come in and eat during the lunch meal, which is normally 11:30 to 1300. For you civilian personnel, that's 11:30 to 1 o'clock. So that was a specialty meal. So of course we look forward to it. If your shift was the shift that was cooking the specialty meal that day, of course, you briefing them in the morning during Cook's Mount, which we spoke about about a week or so ago about what Cook's
Mm-hmm.
Mounts were, and we spoke about what to look forward to and all of that, and get a just on what was on the menu. You already pretty much knew what was on the menu earlier in the week anyway. So those are just one of the things in which you focus on. And when it was time to go, go to war, get ready, that was our war. When it came time to cook, it was time to get it. And we get in there and get it, man. And you know, not only do you want to make the best meal, but of course you get the opportunity if you do things correctly. and manage your time management, you have an opportunity to also enjoy the meal prior to any of the patrons coming in to eat the meal. And along with the shift that's coming in to take over for you, of course, they're going to come in, do their cook's mount, and then they're going to grab a meal. And,
Hmm.
and of course, and critique it. I mean,
Oh yeah,
right,
definitely. Yeah, go
Trey?
critique. Yeah, go definitely gonna get a critique. Of course, everything has to be above board. Has to take a look. Has to be everything has to be dressed right. Dress. Of course, garnish is a huge thing. You know what I'm saying? Just like I mean, everyone knows, and if you don't know, we're gonna put you on game a little bit.
Right,
Aesthetic pleasing meal, regardless of the taste, will get you to try anything. You like, man, that looks good, and and that's the ideal. Yeah, it look good. Go ahead, you'll say, get you a scoop, or you know, what I'm saying, get you a plate of it,
right,
and so it goes
right,
from there. So you know, what I'm saying, the garnish and all that type of stuff. People come by and they critique, and of course, another shift leader or the service members, especially like you said, it's a competition most of the time, and you're saying just like anything else. And even in friendly competition, you're gonna have some talking, and so that all comes about where you know saying people go in there and look. You might have someone be like, okay, or some people will be like, man, who made the macaroni and cheese? Who made the grilled mac and cheese? Or who made the
right.
as we y'all we call it hopping john. That's what we call it, but everyone always calls it beans and rice.
Yeah,
I mean black eyed peas and rice. So it's
right,
like who made the Hoppin' John, or you know what I'm saying, who made this, or who did the catfish, or you
right,
know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff. So you know, of course it can be equally as pleasing, or you know what I'm saying, a damning situation at the end of the day. But it definitely one of the things in which most people, service members, like he said, they stated like Thursdays are usually made for that. So I bring it up on Wednesday because Wednesday is the prep period, and that's the part no one knows about, the prep
right.
period. Like
That's behind the scenes right
yeah,
there,
the
Trey.
behind the
Yes,
scenes. Yeah, that's
right.
the Wednesday, the hub day. That's you know saying
Hmm.
you pull the meats from rations and you get the prepping. I ain't gonna talk about
Yeah,
how we prep because I don't want no one to sip and be like, oh, that's how y'all prep.
yeah.
Everyone
You don't
has
need to know
different
all our
ways of
secrets. You
prepping.
don't need to know
Yeah,
all our secrets,
yeah.
yo. You don't need to know
Everyone
all our
has different
secrets.
ways of prepping. So of course, you'll say that's what it is.
Right. Yeah, and it was fun. Don't get me wrong. Soul Food Thursday, yeah, like you said, yes, sir. Um, yeah, that that's what it was about. Depends if we were rucking no PT, if we did not, if not we did PT. Oh, okay, got you. So it is what it is, man. We enjoyed it. Like I said, a lot of times it was fun. It was challenging. It was competition. It was just some of the things in which we did while being food serve or a culinary specialist within the army. So yeah, man, it was lovely. It was lovely.
So, of course, you know, saying some things that came out yesterday, as we stated, I think we stated a week or so before that in the NFL, the Rams offensive coordinator Kevin O'Donnell basically was already was said to be in play for the head coaching job with the Minnesota Vikings, in which, of course, after getting the W in the Super Bowl 56, as Bishop continues to so ethically display.
Yes, 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 yes.
Um, he has signed the deal, completed, finalizing the deal to be the Minnesota Vikings head coach. Again, this brings up something, Bishop, which we talked about briefly when
Mhm.
we was talking about Mike McDaniel's moving from the OC position at San Francisco and going to Miami. When these offensive coordinators are considered to be young and innovative, what does it mean for the coaches in which have been given that moniker? Is it really the offensive coordinator or is the coaches, as we talked about yesterday? So what's your take on that, Bishop?
Do I think what?
That is the offensive coordinators that's really doing this, or is it the the head coach? So does the head coach say like,
Hmm.
hey, this is what I want, and the offensive coordinator runs with it and creates it? Or so who gets the credit for that? The coordinator or the coach? Because
Isn't it
he planted
both?
the seed.
Isn't
So
it
I
both?
don't know. He
Because I
plants the
mean,
seed, and the
mhm.
coach and the offensive coordinator waters it. So who gets the credit for the good crop?
That's a good question, man. In my opinion, I would think it would still be both because when it's all said and done, the head coach is the he is what it is. He's the head coach. So anything
Mhm.
in which the offensive coordinator does, I'm sure the head coach has insight on it. He is. I don't think the offensive coordinator is going to be able to do anything in which the head coach is not aware of. So therefore, um, if the head coach, I mean, if the offensive coordinator has something in place and a plan of action that he wants to implement out on between the numbers, I'm sure the
Mm-hmm.
coach is aware of it, and he's either going to say yeah or nay. And so I truly feel that it's a team effort. Now there I'm sure there are times where they butt heads,
Oh yeah.
and they probably don't agree on the same agree on the same things at times, or probably ain't on the same sheet of music at times, and you probably see that in fouled up plays in between the numbers on the field, in between the gridiron. But for the most part, yeah, to me, you have to give credit to both,
Mm-hmm.
because they're a tandem. You know what I'm saying? They're a tandem. They have to do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like and I guess it all depends on type of coaching philosophy you have as a head coach. Are you
Yeah.
an offensive head coach, or are you a
A
defensive head coach?
defensive coach.
Because if you're a defensive head
That's a
coach,
good point.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because if you're a defensive head coach, then you might not have as much to say to the offensive coordinator, because you're more defensive minded. You're more like, all right, man, you the OC, make it happen. Yeah, run it through me, but for the most part, bro, you got this. Now, when it comes to defense, now that when it comes to defense, him and the defensive coordinator are the tandem. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If you're a defensive minded philosopher on how you want your game played, but yeah, in my opinion, yeah, it's both. It's a tandem. It's both of them. Vikings need a lot of help offensively. We have weapons, need a better QB and game plan. Okay, we feel you, Zach.
So that sounds like Kirk Cousins ain't the person.
And so that's what boy, you took the words right out of my mouth. I
That's what
couldn't
that
finish
sounds like.
swallowing my coffee, bro. I was like, man, you
That
took the
sounds
words right
like
out of my
Kirk.
mouth,
That's
bro.
like sound like Zach is saying Kirk ain't the
So
man
you
there.
saying Kirk is no longer welcomed in Viking territory there, Zach? Is that what you're saying?
No more. He can't rep Skull anymore. That's what. Is that
Mhm.
what I'm hearing there, Zach?
He can't blow the Viking horn no more. Is that what you're saying?
A
He
clear
said,
and emphatic nope.
nope, nope. Okay,
I don't know. I would like to think that San Francisco dodged a bullet with Kurt from that time of game.
really?
But not, yeah, bro. I was not on the, for a while, because remember Kurt was getting them checks in Washington
Right.
because they kept on franchise tagging him, and every year he was getting more and more money because they was franchise tagging him. But I
Mm.
just didn't believe, like, Kurt done made some money. Whatever
Yes.
wool he done pulled over anyone's eye, he done made some money. He set up and
Facts.
negotiated a 4-year, $88 million, all 88 million of that guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's and so now he's I guess coming up. Yeah, he's coming up again to look at that. So when he
Mm-hmm.
signed with Minnesota, I was
People
like,
still
okay,
walking around talking about you like that. You
yeah,
like
like
that?
that. Yeah, so it's like but he hasn't done anything for the most part in
He
Minnesota with
hasn't.
weapons like Adam
Yeah.
Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook. Like
Don't
he's
forget
got,
Dalvin. I was about to say,
yeah,
don't
he's
forget
got
Dalvin. Yeah.
weapons, and
Right.
he hasn't been as effective as you would have liked to see. Now
Right.
I
Right.
don't
Right.
know when you think about it. Of course, as we say, there's always a difference in certain situations. Kurt might have been fired in San Francisco under Shanahan. We don't know. But what I
Could
do
be.
know from
Yeah.
looking at, what I'm saying, because Jimmy came there, and although Jimmy didn't get the job taken care of as we wanted, he did produce 2 NFC championships and a Super Bowl appearance in 4 years, and one of them 4 years he was injured.
Right.
So you gotta take it as it comes, and I don't know what that had been, Kurt. Um, I don't know. So
Yeah. And
it's,
when he has a what? When he has a look. When he
yeah.
took a team to the play. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So additionally, also, okay, hold up. What buddy say?
He'll have
Yeah.
Irv Smith Jr. back in emergency of KJ Osborne. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Buddy. Yeah. That's true.
it might work out. Saying I never, like, we're sitting here talking about it. They're playing it, so it's only
Mm-hmm.
so much. So it's only
Right.
so much that we can kind of say. But of course, being students of the game and looking at some point that, saying that's a part of it too, and you
Right.
dissect and see.
Totally agree with you, bro. Totally agree
Can
with you.
So Anthony asked, can you say Kirk is a better upgrade from Jeff Goff? I mean, from Goff and Stafford? He will. put Kirk the same was the way as Jimmy G. Maybe golf. I don't know about Stafford, man. Like I'm
Yeah.
not a huge. So all right. So I want to make sure I clarify this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A I'm not a huge Stafford fan. I just
Okay.
recognize what he has done and what he has accomplished. Like someone stated yesterday, the dude was putting a 5K, 5,000 yards passing for a good part of his Detroit Lions career. He helped get a receiver into the Hall of Fame, and then he goes his first year. He has his skill set helped the emergence of now Cooper Cup, who's probably on everyone's radar
Yeah.
if he wasn't already. And he got a Super Bowl in 1 year after moving from Detroit. Uh, you just have to recognize that. So I think clearly Stafford is in that regard. Stafford is above Kirk, above Cousins alone. Jimmy, I think, is just underneath him, and then of course, then you have the tier. Kirk is in the tier underneath that. I wouldn't say that him and Jimmy are in the same tier. I don't know what you say, Bishop.
Kurt, we talking Kurt, Golf, and Stafford along with Jimmy.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
I think it's just two
Yeah,
different tiers.
I think,
Three
yeah, I
different
think,
tiers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All them three are definitely, I think, above Kurt, in my opinion.
Even
Um,
golf. You even well, golf did get to a Super Bowl
yeah, he did. He did take the Rams to the Super Bowl. So yeah,
2019.
yeah, he did. So yeah, I would definitely have to put him. Yeah, I definitely have to put him up there. Yeah, yeah. I don't think Jimmy. I mean, not Jimmy. I don't think Kirk is that there yet. I
Yeah,
don't think. Yeah, he's not that dude yet. Yeah, if
but he
he ever
has an
becomes that dude.
opportunity.
Oh
He has
yeah.
a
Oh yeah.
he has an
Oh yeah.
opportunity. Like he's
Like
like
you
I would
said,
say,
he has the weapons. He had the
yeah.
weapons in Minnesota. Like I don't know why you can't like you have all the tools to be successful out there. So I really don't know. Even in Washington though, like he had a couple of weapons out there too. So I don't know.
Oh no, I don't think so.
No, I
Anthony,
mean he will use Kirk like 49ers use Jimmy G just there to manage the game and use your run game. Oh,
like a West Coast offense,
oh, right, right. So
check
basically, he's
downs,
saying Anthony's basically saying Jimmy G wasn't. He was pretty much like you like to say, call it Trey,
a
a
manager.
game manager. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a game manager. Basically, not to lose the game, just like Sean was with Jameis. They brought Jameis into New Orleans. Sean Payton, his whole intentions with Jameis was for him not to lose the game. So in other words, if he could cut down some of the passing and cut down some of the turnovers, he felt like he could be successful with Jameis. So
In which you if you presume that would have been it. I like had
right,
Jameis. I wonder what would have been the Saints ceiling had Jameis been
stayed healthy.
stay healthy the
Yeah,
whole year. I wonder
that's
what
that's
would
the
have been there.
question. That's the question because they were starting off. They had started off so good. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? They had started off so good with Jameis there prior to him getting hurt and stuff like that. They started off real well with Jameis, and then Jameis went down. So that is the question.
So additionally, Thomas Brown, the Los Angeles Rams running back coach, is expected to follow Coach O'Donnell to the Rams. I mean, to the Vikings, but to be the offensive coordinator. So
Mhm.
you know, so Bishop, I ask you a quick question, bro. If you
Mhm.
blow up, are you taking me with you? That's all I want to know. That's you know what I'm saying. You blow up, are you
If
taking
I
me with you?
blow up as a what? As a coach? Like what do
A
you mean blow
coach,
up?
a media. You know what I'm saying. If you blow up as a coach, media person, are you
Mhm.
taking me with you? Can I get a
Absolutely,
job?
bro.
Can I get a job, bro?
Absolutely, bro.
Okay, that's
Absolutely.
what's up.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah. I mean, if you feel like you've built a rapport with someone, then and they've kind of like help be a kind of somewhat of a stepping stool to get to
Mm-hmm.
where you are, to where you're going to be, then yeah, one again, and I'll say trash. um, yeah, yeah, definitely. I definitely say, yeah, I'm
You
bringing
should, you
people with
should,
me
yeah, you should take
that's
it
going
with
to
you.
help. Now,
Yeah,
if, yeah, a lot of people that I feel like that could be
a
detrimental
hindrance. Okay,
or a hindrance, or just a setback for me. I can't ride with them people.
everyone can't go like they say.
Everybody
Say in
can't go.
church.
Right. You know what I'm
Everyone can't
saying?
go.
Everybody can't go. I can't be like MC Hammer. I'm not bringing everybody. I ain't finna have an entourage of people with me. I'm not Hammer. That's Hammer days. I'm not doing Hammer. I'm doing, me. I'm gonna have a handful of people, who's gonna ride or die with me, and,
Kind of
and,
like
and
what
we're gonna get it.
LeBron, basically what LeBron did. He basically turned all his homies into
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
chairs, dating
yeah,
Grammy Award winning singers and
yeah. Or
hanging
just like,
out. Yeah,
or just like your boy did, Dr. Dre.
yeah.
Everybody's seen the movie on MWA. Dr.
Hmm.
Dre, he brought in everybody. You know what I'm saying? Brought in Ice Cube, brought in Easy, brought Easy. Everybody that saw the video, saw the movie knew Easy didn't want to rap. That wasn't even his thing.
He just tried
He
to
didn't
be
want
the
to. He just wanted to
financier.
slang. That's
Hmm.
it. And Dr. Dre brought him in, brought his, you know what I'm saying, brought all them cats in, man. DJ Yella, he brought all them cats in. It was like, oh man, we finna make this thing pop, and that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? And it flourished. That's like Josh McDowell leaving for Las Vegas. I know he's going to bring in his old teammates from New England.
So, so that's interesting. That's an
Yeah,
interesting take,
yeah,
Anthony.
yeah.
Do you do that? Like, I know that's comfortability. That's
You
what you're
want
comfortable with.
to,
That's
yeah, but
comfortability.
you want that. You want that rapport back. You want that rapport that you had with your prior teammates or your prior coaching staff. You want that, but does
That
it
part.
always happen? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that
can't
part.
always bring your entire coaching staff. I mean, we all remember the movie um oh, it's right there on the tip of my tongue with Denzel Washington as a coach.
Is it
Remember the Titans?
Remember the Titans? Yeah.
Remember the white coach? He was like, "Oh, if you take me, you got to take my son. He's been with me for such and such years. You know what I'm saying? He's
Mm-hmm.
like, he's been my offensive coach or a defensive coach. If you take me, you got to take him with you. You got to take me along. You got to take him along with me." And he was like, "All right, Denzel was like, all right, you cooking my grits, coach. You cooking my grits, but okay, I'm gonna let you come. You're not gonna be able to do that with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna be able to do that with everybody. You know what I'm saying? You mainly got to just pick out of your coaching staff on who you really, 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 really want, because every general manager is not gonna allow you to bring in your whole entire coaching staff. That's just not gonna happen. That's just not realistic at all.
Again,
You
it
know what
goes
I'm
down
saying?
to the general manager trying to put, of course, a best effort, but you want to make sure that you provide your coach with what he thinks he needs the
Right,
most, and that's that conversation. Like, hey, you don't
right,
need like the whole like I'm going to let you, hire who you want to hire. We're going to tell you
right,
this is how much you can spend,
right.
but but
From
of
there
course, if
on,
you
yeah.
but if you think there's somebody that's out there that's a better fit, or that you've had your eye on, or that some people that you might think like you want to bring on, it is like, hey, coach, I understand this at the third, but we're going to bring this person in. And that's where I think it starts to get sticky at, when you have people that are, and we're going to talk about it, something similar when we get into the NBA, but when you
Mm-hmm.
have people that there's certain ideologies in which they have on what they think is going to be best to win, because maybe
Mm-hmm.
they've done it and it's been successful.
Mm-hmm.
Or so it's like, who do you listen to, the coach's philosophy? Or do you, as a general manager, do you go what you think is going to be the best philosophy on how to build a team? Or so of course, it'd be sticking. That's why I guess they get paid them big bucks to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And don't get me wrong. I mean, and then
How
not
would you
only
do
that,
as a GM? Would you what would be your thought? Are you going to go? Are you going to talk to your coach and listen to
no,
your coach?
just like what you just said, Trey. I'm
Mm-hmm,
gonna say, look, all right, I've hired you as head coach. I'm the
mm-hmm,
GM. I've hired you as head coach. Now, look, I understand that you're coming from such and such or wherever,
mm-hmm,
however, but let me get this understanding. I need us to be on the same sheet of music if we plan on
mm-hmm,
making a Super Bowl run. When it's all said and done, I hired you as the head coach. Now, I do know you probably have some people in mind in which you want to be on your coaching staff. However, this is going to be your budget. This is the limit on who can be on your, or this is how much money you have to be able, that is being access to you to be able to allow who you want on your staff. Now,
Wait,
after you
what if he say, whoa, this ain't enough. Make it work.
make it work, yeah, make it enough, make it enough.
Oh goodness.
Make it enough from Friday. Make it enough. But yeah, man. This make it enough. But yeah, but look, after you exhaust all of that, you depleted those funds. It is what it is. We got to work on players now. We got to work because there's some players I'm sure you're gonna want too. Because as a coach,
Mm-hmm.
you not only want your own coaching staff, you got people in mind who you want as a coach to be on your team too. You know what I'm saying? Who may gel well with the coaches in which you're implementing into your coaching staff. So you got to keep in mind, money is allocated in both ways.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you got so much to spend on your coaching staff, and then you got so much to spend on your coach. I mean, on your players. So he got to, yeah, that's me as a GM. I'm look, hey, bro, this is it right here.
He's like, I ain't trying to lose my job, trying to help you.
Exactly, because what? Yeah,
It got to be
exactly.
a hand to hand. So,
Yeah.
Anthony, this is Anthony's
No, the coaches do
comment.
have to might not work out in the long run. Facts. I know when coaches don't have control of the team, it might not work out in the long run. That is absolutely right. That absolutely right. And that's why, as a general manager, you want to give your coaches some free. You don't want to micromanage them.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, you don't want to micromanage them. You want to allow them to do what you brought them in to do. You want to allow them to use their skill set for what you paid them for. So you definitely can't micromanage them. Now, can you get in there and say some things in which you feel like can be helpful? Yeah, definitely give him some insight and give him the ins and outs of in regards to the new organization in which he's in, what the owners are looking for. You know what I'm saying? You as a general manager, let him know, let him know what you're looking for and what your expectations are. But at all with all of that being said, you can't micromanage. You gotta let him do what he do, and if he gonna fall on his face, you gotta let him fall on his face on his own.
So, keeping in the coaching realm, did you know this is crazy? I don't understand what's up with all these people, especially from the Rams talking about retirement. Did you know that McVay is potentially thinking about doing the same as well?
Doing what?
Hanging them up, calling the quits.
At 34 years old?
Bruh, he said that it was stated that he basically when they asked him, they brung it question him after winning the Super Bowl. He had said, "We'll see."
Right. Oh,
He basically said that
wow.
he wants to. He's basically
He
said
won
like
and
he enjoyed.
done?
He basically says that he likes, saying the football and doing that, but ultimately he wants to start a family and he wants to be around the family. So he's potentially thinking about hanging it up. He's again, think about it, bro. We was just talking about
I
it
I
after
think
winning.
one. Mm-hmm.
What is outside of winning multiples? What is it that you can do after that?
Outside of one, nothing. Just only thing you can do after that, after you won a Super Bowl, all you can do is, like you said, one, win multiples, two, right
Get
off in
elected
the,
to the Hall of Fame, maybe.
yeah, because if you win multiples, now you have an opportunity to be elected in the Hall of Fame. Two, go to somewhere else and become a legend and continue to win more, or attempt to win more Super Bowls. And three, right off into the sunset. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
30, what is he, 36
30.
years old?
I thought 30 was 34. 30. So he middle 30s. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
middle
he's
30s.
been 30 because I think he's 36 and he went to his first Super Bowl at the age of 32 because it was 4
Okay.
years ago. So like he's like or 36 somewhere in the 30s. He's definitely in his 30s without a doubt. So of course, like you say, Stanton go out on top. Uh that's interesting. When I read it, I was like, "Yo," but I can understand it. What's good, Apple White? How you doing, bro? Good morning, good morning, good morning. So when you read it, it's like that is crazy. Like all that when you take a look at it, Eric Weddle is retiring again. Um, potentially, I almost said it. Dominic Sue. Potentially, Aaron Donald is thinking about hanging them up. Um, now you got the coach that's speaking about hanging it up, and Sean McVay, and those are linchpins in their offense. So and then your offensive coordinator just left. So I know when I was reading the article, one of the things that which they talk about is that the running back coach that is potentially being seen as an offensive coordinator potentially go to the Vikings, he would be a candidate for the head coaching jobs if Sean McVay would decide to stay. I mean, decide to hang him up and leave the sidelines. Of course, with a couple of other people they talked about. Of course, one person I did not see is Bieniemy nor Flores, but I did see Jim Caldwell. and a bunch of other offensive coordinators that are currently out there to where they talk about getting that job. Sorry. That's probably it, Anthony. It ain't no telling. Like it's interesting. Like all these players, these coaches, like even Zach Taylor was is a young coach. Of course, O'Donnell now a young coach. Mike McDaniel's young coaches. Like all these young coaches, in which it starts. I think that's what the movement that the organizations are starting to look at. Like these coaches are coming in young. That gives the longevity, the innovation in which they're coming in and coaching, which the evolution, as we said, as we talked about yesterday, the evolution of the passing game, all that plays a part. And now this is what it seems like this is starting to become, as opposed to the old guard. If you're young, innovative, or have an innovation, or you can speak to that, and of course, if able to show it, then it bodes well, and potentially it can get you on. So it's definitely a situation to where these the youth movement is alive and well in the NFL. But you don't see that type of stuff in the NBA or heck, even the MLB, NLB. Like the youth movement is not what it is there, but that's what it is in the NFL, which is definitely a difference.
Say he trying to be the youngest coach to retire. Facts, man. That could be true. That could be true. Only
What you
reason I
say
can't
though?
only reason I can't think of him retiring is because he don't want to rebuild. But what is he rebuilding? He's really not rebuilding. I mean, I get it. If you say if Matthew leaves and Donald leaves and OBJ doesn't get re-signed or whatever, then yeah, I could see you saying possibly a rebuilding. But I don't know if two of the three stay,
They should be
um,
good.
they should be good. They should be good. Why would these people hang on them up so early, winning the Super Bowl, put them in position to get paid? Saying you are thinking about hanging it up does not mean you are really hanging it up. Dollar time for them. Facts. I totally agree with you, AP. I totally agree with you. I think if he was to hang it up, I think he would regret it in the long run because he's hanging it up so early, and I think he'll end up getting that itch back, and he'll get that itch, and he'll be wanting to come back in the league within a few years if he was to just go ahead and hang it up. And that's just my opinion. But that's my thoughts on it.
I
That's
know
how I feel.
it's funny you say that, Bishop, because of course yesterday Tom Brady decided to reiterate and said that he is very comfortable in his decision and he does not believe he'll be coming back.
Oh,
Bishop,
okay.
I know you have said it time and time again. He keeps on reiterating it. Do you think he's trying to tell us, or is he trying to tell himself,
I
"Hey,
think he's trying to convince himself. I definitely, you know how we say when you keep saying something over and over and over again, it's not for the people, it's for you. You trying to convince yourself. You trying to see how much feedback you get from everyone by what your statements are in regards to or whatever it is you may be doing. And in Tom's Brady case, it's retiring from the NFL. Yeah, he's trying to convince himself, bro. I truly believe he's trying to convince himself because again, we've heard Tom Brady say he retired, but you ain't seen Gronk say nothing about retirement yet.
It's funny you say that because he said Brady stated as well that he think Grunk should continue to play.
Yeah. Well, Gronk is probably waiting to see for sure if Tom is going to continue to play. In my opinion, I think that's what Gronk is waiting on. I've said that from the jump. I think if we see Gronk say he's going to retire, then I truly believe Tom is not coming back. Then if I see Gronk say no and he's done, he's hanging it back up again, then I'll truly believe then that he's probably talked to Tom and Tom has pretty much cemented that he's not coming back. But before we go from coaches, leaving the coaches carousel and what's
Yes,
going
sir.
on with coaches, I want to ask you this question and everybody else that's watching. It's coming up now. There it is.
It hasn't popped on the screen yet. Let's see.
No, there it is. It's at the bottom.
Oh, I'm sorry. The scroll. Okay.
It's ticker. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me do it this way. You right. I shouldn't have made it a ticker. Let me change it up, y'all. Let me edit it. Let me do it like this. All right, here you go. Here it comes. You right. I did that wrong. Here we go.
It's that's a good question, bro, because it comes back to
Yeah, I
what we
know.
was just talking about. Like,
Talking about, I
is it
know.
Eric? Is it Mahomes? Is it Coach
Right,
Reed? Like, who is it? Like, who is really, or is the like what is the chemistry? Does that
right.
disrupt the chemistry of Eric Bieniemy leaves to go a whole C or a coach or a head coach in the like if he leaves in general? What does that say for their organization? And
And I'm
so
just
if
going. And I asked this question, Trey, because I obviously yesterday, like you said, or not yesterday, but Sunday, right after the Super Bowl, who did they have as favorites to win Super Bowl 57
yeah, they said it was Kansas City is the early favorite.
already? But now with the OC of Eric B leaving, are they still considered favorites or no?
Mm.
That's my
I,
question
I
to you.
I don't so I didn't think they was favorites even
Me
with him
either.
being there. But I know I get the gist of why they say it. So, but if Eric Bieniemy decides, what's good, Steve, uh,
What's up, bro?
if he decide to leave, I don't think they're favorites still. Just to give a clear, concise to your answer, nah.
Hmm.
I didn't think they was if even with him there, but if he leaves, I do not think that they're favorites.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And like you said, I didn't feel they were favorites in after the Super Bowl either. And I was so shocked that they had already, as soon as the Super and when I say as soon as the Super Bowl was over, they had already said that Kansas City was favorites to win. And that was kind of shocking to me and very in a way, kind of disrespectful
To the
to the
Rams and the
city.
Bengals.
Right, being that they just came from it. You know what I'm saying? So I was
Especially
like,
when you look at the Bengals went through them to get there.
yes, he had to get there. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I was like, I have to be the favorite if the Rams players do not return. Okay, I feel that, AP. I feel that, and I totally feel that. And how do you not put them in favorites? Those two teams in favorites when they just came out of the Super Bowl. Like that's
Well,
crazy.
I get it. I get it because I had to sit and think about because one of the questions, a couple of questions before we get out of NFL that in which which I have is going to kind of speak to that because doesn't necessarily mean because the teams did this, does it put them in position for certain things? Like, are they considered the top team, or do you know what I'm saying? Some people just caught fire, as we know, San Francisco caught fire, and then the Rams doused it. So it's
Mhm.
like it's just certain things in which you put it there, but at the on the forefront of them being the early Super Bowl champions, I just don't think that, not yet at least. I guess when
Okay.
we get once midway through the season, we'll be like, oh, okay. Because once the Rams started clicking, we was like, oh, everyone was like the Rams, the Cardinals,
Mhm.
slowly but surely, Tampa Bay start to fade away from the conversation.
Mhm.
Green Bay, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
All those people, Buffalo, like it was a bunch of people in which, and then ultimately when it all came down to it, no one seen Cincinnati
Mhm.
in that conversation. So definitely one of those things in which I think it remains to be seen. Uh,
Mhm.
but so another thing that remains to be seen, and you
Mhm.
tell me that I definitely want your opinion on this, Bishop.
Mhm.
Derek Carr is in line to get a payday of 40 million in the $40 million range.
Ooh.
Is Derek Carr? I ask you and the people watching. Is Derek Carr worth 40 million a year, fam?
No.
And all the talk that we talk about Derek Carr, like for the most
No.
part, Derek Carr gets some positive feedback from here. Is he worth 40 million?
No. No. In my opinion, Derek Carr is not worth $40 million, bro. Not taking nothing away from him. He's a decent quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but he's not 40
Like you
million.
said, decent, decent. No, decent
No,
ain't 40. I'm not paying 40 million for a
no,
decent.
he's not a
As a
decent.
GM, GM, Deshaun Davis is not paying 40 million for Derek Carr.
Nope. Nope. Not for Derek Carr. Nope. I'm sorry. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Not Derek Carr. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a decent quarterback. He's good, but
But
no,
again, decent don't get it. Like you said,
no,
decent that I
no.
40 million decent don't line up too well
Just
with me.
think about it. You just spoke about it yesterday. They talking about throwing
45
45
million,
at
45
at
Aaron,
Rodgers.
yeah, like,
So you just saying he's just 5 million less than Rodgers? No, hell no. Stop it, bro. No, 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 no,
So,
no, 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 no,
hold up.
no, no.
Our quick first formation enactment. I'm going to be the Derek Carr's agent coming to you as the Las Vegas Raiders GM.
Okay.
and I'm going to be like, okay, hey Sean,
Okay.
how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, Mr. Trey, Mr. Amir? How you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty
You're
good.
Derek Carr's agent, correct? That's who you are,
Yes,
correct?
yes, correct.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
correct. That's correct.
yeah.
So
Okay, how
as
you
we
doing?
know, as we know, this is he's up for extension, and we
Okay,
were thinking about we just want to have a conversation and see what we can do to get this happen, so we can bring
okay,
the fans of Las Vegas their first championship.
okay. I
Um,
was expecting this call. I expected this. Okay, yeah.
yes, yes. So we were looking about the $40 million range
Excuse.
for his.
You breaking up? You breaking up? I can't hear you. What'd you say?
Are you there? 40,
I'm here.
40
I'm here.
of the $40 million range.
Man, we bad. We got a bad connection, bro. We got a real bad connection because I could have swore you said 40 million. Did you say
Yes,
40 million? You
yes.
said
That's
40,000. 40,000, right?
no. I
You
was
meant 40,000.
40,000 a week.
No, no, that 40,000 for the year
Oh
for the contract.
no, 40 million.
Who you think you is? Who you think he is? Chelsea Clinton?
So when you when you look
You
at
think he is Chelsea Clinton?
when you look at his growth and his possible the potential, if we could get some weapons around him, I'm very sure they're going to be doing that. He can be the next Aaron Rodgers.
Do he have is him? Maybe okay. Maybe let me get a back. Let me get a backstory. So Derek Carr and Aaron Rodgers are related. They have the same DNA somewhere in there. In there.
Look, they're both from California.
No, no, no. That wasn't my question, sir. My question was: are they related? Do they have some of the same DNA that that before that we may see? Maybe that Derek Carr may turn into a RoboCop type of Aaron Rodgers, and we may see some 40 million type skills.
So
In other
what you're
words,
telling me is if I can produce the same DNA for Rodgers and Derek Carr, we have a deal.
what I would say is you would have to prove that he has Derek Carr. I mean, he has Aaron Rodgers DNA in his system, and if you can prove that, we would talk about 15 to 20 million because I still say he's not Aaron Rodgers. He might have some of Aaron Rodgers DNA if that's the case. If it happens to come up that he has it, he's still not Aaron Rodgers. And then I
So
do.
what
Can
you're
I mind
telling
you,
me,
Mister Amir, Derek Carr's agent? Can I remind you that even Aaron Rodgers himself, over in Green Bay, they're offering him 45 million. So are you about to tell me that Derek Carr is just 5 million less of a quarterback than one of the greatest,
that
who is
is true,
definitely a
but
first time ballot
I
to the
asked this
Hall of
question
Fame?
because it sounds like you just offered my client 15 to 20 million a
I
year.
think
Is
that's
that
fair.
correct?
That's
So
fair.
that's what you're doing.
I think that's fair. 15 to 20. I give you, yeah, 15 to 20, 18.5. I give you that. You know what I'm saying? I give you maybe half, maybe or a little under half. But you're not. What I will say is he's definitely not Aaron Rodgers 45 million. He's
I,
definitely not that.
we're gonna have to get back to you,
Okay, I
Mr.
appreciate
Bass.
it. And
Okay.
when you get back to me, ensure that you how about you text me first and send me all that because I feel like I've wasted a lot of my time on this phone call with you in regards to
Oh my goodness.
oh my god, man, no, Derek Carr, man, no, I like him, man. I do. I like him. I think he's better than his brother. But no, he's not 40 million. 40 million is a chump change for QBs in the market. It is. I get that.
So
How much did they
if
pay
he gets to 40 million, he would be among the top paid in the league.
quarterback? And he's not the top, and that's the issue. Him getting 40 million, being amongst the top paid quarterbacks in the league. And do you feel like he's the top quarterback in the league? Or do you even feel like he's in the top 5 quarterbacks in the league? Don't worry, I'll wait on anybody. Exactly, Steve. Freaking exactly. If y'all think he's in the
So
top 5,
Anthony, you would pay 1 year 44 million?
we really,
You
Anthony,
pay 1 year 44 million?
man,
That's what we ain't talking about an
much.
average. We talk about 40 million for a year.
Yeah, that's a
Because remember, think about it. Remember, not Derek Carr, as we were talking about Kirk Cousins, when he signed that second franchise tag, he was making 44 million. Okay, that part.
Okay. Exactly. Exactly. Is he better than Kirk Cousins? Yes, I do believe that.
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
give him that. I will give him that. But I would not put him in the top five. I would not. And you just said he would be if they were to offer him that, he would be the top one of the top paid quarterbacks in the league. And now that's not he's not that dude for me.
yeah, yeah.
He's
He's
not.
yeah. And to be honest, I don't even see what everyone else is seeing in him. Honestly, like I
I mean,
don't.
he's. I mean, like I said, he's better than his David was. I will say that he's better than David was. Um, I think he has some upside. Don't get me wrong. I think he has some upside. He has the potential. You know what I'm saying? Especially this year in which he lost his key wide receiver. So I do feel like Derek has a bit of upside to him, and he definitely can ruffle some feathers and make some noise within the league. But the question is, eh, can he make enough noise and ruffle some feathers to where he's the highest paid quarterback in the league? And at this point, for the cheapest ticket, the money is there, and QBs are going to get paid regardless if they are top five or not. I get it because we know that AP
I think
because
you
it's
have to.
quarterback
You
position.
have to. I mean, I think AB. You have to. Applewhite. You have to at least have the mindset or have the ability to show that you're a top five. That's what's gonna.
Yeah,
That's the
that
buy-in
part.
at minimum. You
That
have to
part.
be able to show like, okay, I can't go like
That,
I was just talking to, like we just in that that the enactment. If I can't bring facts to the table to show like this is why he's seen as a top five quarterback, then what's the conversation going to be? At minimum, I have to eliminate that.
right. At minimum, at least eliminate that. At least you have to show me something. Show me. I'm gonna find out for you, Applewhite, right now.
So yeah, so it's 40 million. I don't know about 40 million. I would let me see what his last. While you look at that, Sean, let me look at what his last contract was, because that definitely makes a difference. Like, what was his last contract? Did he outplay his? Do y'all think he did? You let me know in the comments. Do you think he outplayed his last contract?
Yeah, yeah, that part. So, so we're looking at the league million being about 1.12 million. 1.12 million as the league minimum for a quarterback. That's what I said, Steve.
Bruh,
Exactly.
I was about to say. So like, come
That's
on,
what I
man,
said,
stop.
Steve. I said 15. I said 18.5 when we was doing the reenactment.
So his base pay was about 20 million. So you want to sit up and jump up a whole base
20 more million.
20 more million to sit up and say that okay, yeah. His base pay was 19 million. So he's a free agent. Base pay was 19 million.
That's what his base pay was this past season for
Yeah. Well, it was the base pay was 19 million, but of course he had a couple of bonuses in there, but for the
oh,
most
okay.
part his base pay was 19 million in which he was making. So now
Okay.
so next year he's like I said, it's an extension. So correction, I stand correct. Yeah, it was 19 million. He's gonna play for 19 million this year, and he's gonna be a free agent next year if he doesn't sign the extension.
Okay. So then I would have to take back the 18.5 because he already making 19. So I'm only giving him a $500,000 raise. So then I would definitely have to go or no 18 because I said 18.5. Oh yeah, you said 19 million. He was only making 19 million. Okay, so yeah, I would have to at least go up to 20. I would go for Derek Carr if he's already making 19. I would give him 23.5. I would give him 23.5. That's fair. I think I give him 23.5. 40 is definitely out there question though. 40's out the question. 23.5 I could give him.
Oh, okay, I see. That's what he's saying. If I'm making you the highest quarterback, I'm giving you Patrick years, 7 to 10 year
Absolutely,
contract.
because I'm getting all my money out you, bro.
But even then, that's like for 40 million, you have to sign him for a $400 million contract for 10
Yeah.
years.
Right.
And I think you lose on that end. I think he becomes a person where you're gonna have to eat that money.
Facts. Facts. And that's the thing. And are you willing to eat
Because
that? Are
I
you
honestly
willing
believe they're gonna have to eat that cost for Patrick Mahomes.
to, why?
I I don't think that his ceiling is going to be the same in the over the course of 10 years. If for him to be that, we're looking at him being a Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers type. And I don't
Well,
know if that's
they've already said that he's on pace to be that guy.
I don't know.
That's what they've already kind of like put it out
Like
there that
for
he.
that to happen, they have to continue to keep the same type of offense. Like I am a firm believer that Mahomes gets by on broken plays, and that's what the offense is. His offense is built around the ability for people to. He is a great improviser at the highest level, and he has an offense that's built around the possible basically improvisation. Like you got speed either built on speed to where if he can get out the pocket and run around, then there's problems all over the field when that comes. Besides that, I don't know.
And,
I don't
and
think
that's
that's
the
sustainable.
and that's the thing, Steve. I totally agree with you. No, he has produced, and he's talking about Mahomes in regards to what he has because he's been to the Super Bowl. What, two times or three times? It's two.
Mm-hmm.
So he has produced. I totally agree with you. I like I said, the critics already have labeled Mahomes the next Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or Sean or Drew Brees or whatever. All of them, they've already kind of like put him in the conversation with those other three great quarterbacks. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Only time will tell. But again, we talking about if the OC, if Eric B leaves and without the Rakim, hey, Eric B leaves without the Rakim. I don't know, man. We're gonna see. Let's see if Eric B leaves KC and they get in a new OC or move somebody up to OC or whatever,
So
which is still a new OC. Let's see how Patrick does and Andy Reid does out there in Kansas City with Eric B gone. And then we could probably rehab this conversation in regards to Patrick Mahomes.
so
Because he
Applewhite
has
to
produced.
so Applewhite to this, basically Aaron is they're trying to keep Aaron. They're trying to pay him, like give him dividends,
Mm-hmm.
so he stays in Green Bay for the most part. In which of course I know as early as yesterday, he said he would be making his decision soon. Of course, I know everyone's standing by to
But let
check
me
that
ask you
and
this,
see.
Trey.
Yes,
Should Aaron Rodgers be the highest paid quarterback in the league?
I believe that currently, based on his what we've seen from him, he's deserving of it, especially with
Okay.
Tom gone.
Okay.
Like he's like we said, like we have basically crowned him the boat. Like right now, he's
Mm-hmm.
the best. He's the best quarterback out there. You know, what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying with
Without
people's acute,
question.
yeah, with people
Mm-hmm.
nipping at his heels, like the Mahomes, as has been stated. I think Josh Allen is in there, Deshaun
Yes.
Watson when he gets back to playing,
Right.
and now they have said that basically, your boy has entered the fray in Joe Burrow.
Facts.
So
Facts.
so it
And
just
I would even say he should probably even be the highest paid, even if Tom was still on the field.
mm,
In
like
my
an
opinion.
ascension, like saying time is already down on a downstroke. Is like now it's
Absolutely.
my time. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like he is Aaron Rodgers is deserving. Plus, he's coming off MVP again, back to back. Like, how can you not have him be the highest paid quarterback in the league? That's just me. Now, for all NFL, do the QB make the offense coach great, or do the coach make the QB great? Good question. Good question, Anthony. Hmm. Now, for all NFL, do the QB make the offense coach great, or do the coach make the all QB great? I think
So
it's
I think
I think it's a little bit of both. But go ahead, Trey.
I was about to say. So don't isn't y'all boy? Would they consider him a quarterback whisperer? Dougie P.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because he
so
played quarterback himself. He was a
okay. So
quarterback.
and so he had a. So when you look at it, when you bring that to the discussion, Anthony, I think in some essence, I think it depends on the individual. So I think some coaches see something in somebody, and you look at and you mold them, you bring them along, and you kind of like help them, and they're saying figure some things out. No different from if you're an NCO and you have a young soldier that's coming up, you start looking at like, okay, I see something in this individual. Let's see if we what we can do to get them in position to be great. You know, what I'm saying a great NCO or a great leader one day. I think that's the same. I think that moniker goes the same for our athletes. Like you see something in the coach. You know, what I'm saying when you look at the coach mind, it's like you see greatness in them, and you want
Mm-hmm.
to be a part. You want to have that greatness around you, so you can sit up and do what you. Especially, let's think about Coach K in college basketball, or
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick and people wanting to go play with Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick, like you see, it's certain thing that the coach, hence the term coach, brings to the table. And if you're a great talent, then you want to be around that. So I would think that sometimes, and for the most part, it's the coach uh, is more conducive to the great talent as opposed to the great talent is to the coach.
Okay, so you saying it's more, you feel it's more the coach than the quarterback then.
Yeah.
But and I'm glad you said that, right? Because I was just about to make this point. Because when they, and Anthony, this is to you as well, Anthony Price, or anybody who wants to elaborate on this. Your question now for all NFL: do the QB make the offense coach great, or do the coach make the QB great? So my question, when you ask that question, let's think about it like this. Let's look at it in this aspect. Are there great quarterbacks that come out of college football? Are they considered great
Mm,
coming out, or are they just good and they become great once they get into the NFL and gets behind a coach who
and
knows what they're doing?
experience. Yeah.
There you go. What Trey said earlier. So I would have to agree with Trey because you don't come out of college being great. You feel me? I don't think you do. I mean,
Yeah.
it's each to each his own. Everybody may have a difference of opinion. It's a give and take. I like that. It's a give and take. I like that a lot. I don't feel like you come out being great. Do you come out being good and real good? Yes. Are you a Heisman Trophy candidate winner? Yes. That does say you're the greatest, or I guess you
I.e.
could say
I.e. Trevor Lawrence.
right. Absolutely. Great example. Great example. Trevor Lawrence came out, won the Heisman, comes to the league. Urban Meyer comes to Jacksonville and does nothing. Now, is it all his fault? No. No, it's not.
He
It's
was in the
not all
right.
his
He
fault.
was in the right coach for him.
He wasn't. He wasn't. He wasn't the right coach. Whoever that offensive coordinator obviously isn't the right offensive coordinator as well. And
QB coach and everything.
yeah, so we just it's all about. So I have to agree with Trey. I feel like it's the coach because I feel like the coach makes you better. The coach gives you insight on how to become a better quarterback, how to see the defenses better, how to read certain things here and there better. So I have to agree with Trey. In my opinion, it's the coach. I said it because if Eric leaves the Chiefs, will Patrick be Patrick with the new coach? So this is the thing. This is the difference with that though, AP. Even though Eric B leaves, he's already learned what he need to learn from Eric B for the 4 or 5 years he's been with Eric B. So he's not going to lose anything in which because Eric B left. He still has everything in which Eric B has taught him. The question of the matter for me, Anthony P, is can he learn more from the incoming coach? Can he continue to strive with the incoming OC? Because I'm sure he's not going to forget anything Eric B's taught him because he's been successful with that. But now is can somebody come in and continue that success in Patrick? That's my thing. Trey, what you think?
I think the same thing. Like it's a situation like you said. Once you got that knowledge, you don't lose that knowledge. The only thing that can trigger that where you lose it is if the incoming decides that there's a different way, a better way, and it produces if it kind of like contrast from what you learned already, then of course you're probably going to lose some of that or move some of that. Additionally, also, Bieniemy is just the offensive coordinator. I don't know how much impact he had on his mechanics and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is more so the play calling and the schemes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like you said, Andy Reid would still be his coach. So we don't know
Right.
because we're not there. We can
Right.
only
We're
assume
not
that
behind the
yeah,
scenes.
we don't know how much Andy Reid is playing or talking to him, or what mechanics he helped him fix, what Eric Bieniemy helped fix, and things of that nature. But I think for the Patrick Mahomes conversation, he still has Andy Reid, and what remains to be seen is how the offense is going to work when Eric Bieniemy is potentially gone if he moves on, and Andy Reid is just left there, and there's a new coach, offensive coordinator in his place.
And that's and I totally agree with you, Steve. If it ain't broke, why fix it? So why would Andy Reid even think about changing anything with Patrick? Yeah, they did not make it to the Super Bowl this year, but they made it. They have been there twice, winning one. So with that being said, yeah, why change it? Now it also goes into the realm of like we for those of us that have young sons who play football and stuff like that. You know, as a lot of people say fathers try to live glory days through their sons when it comes to football and things of that nature, right? And we get it. But how many times and or for those that's been coaches or even been spectators, how many times have we seen a parent, a father, go to their son and try to tell him something totally opposite
What the
of
coach is
what
telling.
you know what I'm saying? So it's I don't know. I guess it all depends on who's going to take Eric B's spot in their credibility and their history in being an OC. You know what I'm saying? In being an OC. But right now, Eric B's track record is fabulous right now. It's fabulous. I mean, what he's done while in Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes speaks volumes.
And it comes out, and I see Randy put up Eric B is extremely valuable. However, Andy Reid is a mastermind behind the team,
Facts. I totally
which
agree
is
with that.
true. Yeah,
Absolutely.
but of course, like we was talking about the cohesiveness of a good team. When you lose one of those pieces, there's most likely going to be some fallback. The only team I could say that first comes to mind in which it hasn't been a problem like that is somewhat Alabama. Like
Mm-hmm.
they lose, you got to think almost every other year he loses an offensive coordinator, but
Nick
yet,
Saban.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but then he come in and then here we go again, another run.
Mm-hmm.
So in
Mm-hmm.
that case, is it Nick Saban, or is the simple fact that he has a
It's
stable
Nick Saban, obviously. It's obviously Nick Saban.
or is
Yeah.
or is it the simple fact that he has a stable of talent to where that compensates for the fact of saying him having to get over them getting it back into the groove of things. So I don't think it's an exact science to it. I'm very sure
Mm-hmm.
it gives and take here, but it's just one of those things in which I see as an example.
Right. Now, AP, I do not agree with your statement, bro, in this. I do not. I totally disagree. It's not that is I don't think Patrick is that good. I totally disagree with you. I totally disagree with that. All this whole entire statement. He's not a regular quarterback. He is not.
Now I do agree with the backyard ball.
I agree with that. Well, I don't even say it was. I don't even say it's backyard ball. He improvises. I do. I say he improvises. He improvises no different than Josh Allen. He improvises no different than Russell Wilson. He
Russell Wilson
improvises.
does do a lot of improvisation.
Yeah, I don't see that. So does Dak Prescott. Speaking of which, like, come on, man. I don't see that. My personal opinion, I do feel like Patrick Mahomes is a good quarterback. He improvises. He does a lot to be able to make plays down the field. I do not feel like he's. I do feel like he's a good quarterback, and he is in the top five. So you can't say he's not that good if he's the one of the top five quarterbacks in the league. That's
So
that's kind of
it's
that's kind
it's
of ridiculous.
it's funny you say that, Bishop,
Mm-hmm.
about the top five. So what I would like to do is introduce let's do a little going in, I
Okay.
guess you could say. So the season has ended.
Mm-hmm.
Skilled position, four skilled positions: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end.
Okay.
The season has ended. Who are your top three at all? Give me your list of your top three. So it's 12
In all
players top,
positions.
at those skilled positions. Top three.
Okay. Quarterback
Mm-hmm.
is Brett. Oh, no, did I about to say Brett Favre? Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes,
Mm.
and that third one. Ugh, that third one can go to a couple of people. That third one go to it could go to Matthew. It could go to Joe. It could go to. It could even go to Jimmy. Um, that third one is hard. That third person is really really hard to me in my opinion. But if I have to pick one, it's Rogers, Patrick. Golly. What? Wait. So what is this for? Oh, you saying just
Top three. That's for this at the end of the year. Who you think was the top three quarterbacks once it was all said and done?
Yeah,
So so
Rogers, Patrick, Rogers,
I
Patrick,
got.
and I'm gonna go Rogers, Patrick, and Joe.
Whew. So don't beat me up, man. Don't beat me up. Rogers, Rogers, Joe, and Josh.
I know I wanted to put Josh there, bro. I thought about Josh too, but
Josh. Yeah.
you putting Josh
Yes.
over
Yes. Rogers, Joe, and
over
Josh.
Patrick, Joe,
Yeah, bro.
Josh over Patrick.
Yeah.
That's hard. Okay, but okay. Running backs,
Running
running
backs.
backs. Mixon. Okay, let's go. Hold on. Let's go with hold on. Derrick Henry,
Okay.
Mixon, and then it's either Alvin Kamara. I'm gonna go with Alvin Kamara.
So for me it's Henry, Taylor, Cook.
Whoa, you being real disrespectful, bro. You being real disrespectful.
That was dis-
Golly.
that was disrespectful for you putting Mixon in there. I just all I when
Wow.
you said Mixon, all I heard was boom,
No.
boom.
No,
That's
come
all I
on, bro.
heard.
You gotta give Mixon his props, bro. Come on, man. And then for wide receiver, it's definitely Jamar Chase. Um, it's definitely Jamar Chase. Ugh.
The
Okay,
disrespect.
so hold on. So wide receivers got to be Cup, Chase, and Adams. But it's so many wide receivers though. But
For
if
me,
I have
it's
to pick three, I
definitely
have to
cut.
pick three.
Definitely
Yeah.
cut. For me, it's Cup, Adams, and Samuels.
Now, I knew Debo was coming. I knew Debo was coming.
That is respectfully correct,
You.
bro.
How you gonna
That
put
is
respect?
respectfully correct.
You gonna respect Debo, but you gonna disrespect Mixon? Stop it, Trey. Oh,
In the
stop it.
comments, please tell me,
Stop it, bro.
does
Stop it, bro.
does Mixon belong in the top three compared to Debo in the top three receivers? I
Stop
think
it, bro.
that's like
Cup Chase and Arizona's. Oh, you talking about
uh what's his name?
that was out. I
Yeah,
thought about him, but he
Hopkins, D Hop.
Hopkins, yeah. I know I thought about Hop, but man, he just been so injured. I just can't. And what about Cook? Yes, Dalvin. Oh no,
Dalvin
Steve.
Cook.
Steve.
Dalvin Cook,
See, thank you,
yes.
Steve. Thank you,
Dalvin
Steve.
Cook gets
Thank
it
you,
in.
Steve.
Like
Thank
he
you,
was
Steve.
injured, but he was productive. Just not that's no different. I look at that no different as putting Derrick Henry in there. But Derrick Henry held it down for the majority of the year, and he was gone. He was gone the greater part of the season, and he still was number one until Taylor walked him down.
Thank you, Steve. I'm with you, bro. Cook,
Thank you,
come on.
Zach. Thank you, Zach.
Here you go. Here we go. And then
Thank
tight
you.
end, Kittles, Kelsey, Kelsey.
I hear the
Golly.
bias. I hear him.
It's got
I
Andrews
hear you
Andrews
coming,
can definitely be there. So
coming
could
for
Ertz.
me.
So could Ertz. So that third
King
one.
of battle.
Yeah, it's Kittles, Kelsey. Gotta get some of them Eagles back and Najee Harris. Oh, Najee. Yeah, Najee. I forgot about Najee. Yeah. And running back. Yeah. Kittles, Kelsey, and yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Andrews, bro.
So for me, it's Andrews, Kelsey, and Kittle. But I just knew you was about to put Goddard in there. That's what I said. I
No,
hear
I'm
it
picking Ertz before I
coming.
pick Goddard. I'm picking
Really?
Ertz. Yeah, I'm picking Ertz before I pick Goddard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, it was Andrews, Kelsey, then Kittle.
Scott and Howard is a good one too. That's a good one, Steve. It is. Scott and Howard is a good one too. That is a good one. But yeah, definitely Kittles and definitely Kittles and Kelsey.
Who's trash? Steve Goddard? Because you know he
who you saying is who's trash? Yeah, who's trash, Steve? Yeah, I want to know who you talking about is trash. I know you ain't talking about Andrews.
Nah, not Andrews.
I know you ain't say
Goddard?
Andrew.
What?
What?
He's an Eagles
Goddard's not
fan.
trash. He's not trash. Goddard's definitely not
That
trash.
sound like some Eagle hurt right there.
Yeah, that's some Eagle hate right there, bro. That's straight Eagle hate. That Goddard is not trash, bro. Goddard is not trash. In my personal opinion, I think I'd rather keep Ertz than Goddard, but yeah,
That's
I
probably
don't
that's
think.
probably why he feel like Goddard is trash. He's like probably because he wants to keep Ertz too. Like
Yeah,
Goddard's the reason for that,
yeah, I rather keep.
and which it probably is because he probably outplayed Ertz.
He did. He probably did. He probably did.
Hence the reason why they's like we gotta give up Ertz. We have more upside with God keeping Goddard around. So
Mm-hmm.
this one is a little bit harder, especially for me. I think missed too many passes and that Ertz. See, I told you this is
Missed
it's
too
the
many
guy that
passes
hurt.
that Ertz
It's
would
the Ertz.
have made. I got you. I got you.
That's exactly what it was. I knew it was. That's what it had
Yeah,
to
I
be.
figured that. I got you. Yeah.
I mean, it could have been. I mean, it ain't like we say Arciego Whiteside, but anyway.
Yeah, that part.
So this one was a little harder for me, bro.
What's up?
The top five, the Power Five
Mm-hmm.
in the season, Power Five, 5 through 1. Who you got? Teams, the teams, Power Five teams.
5-1 in the NFL, right?
Yes, yes. Your in the season Power Five.
Going into the next season, in other words.
Okay, we
Going
can do
into
that. Going into the next season. Or
all
what?
right, going
Okay,
into
okay, going into the next season.
yeah, going into the next season, because okay. So number 5 is probably Tennessee.
Mm.
Number 4 would probably be San Francisco. Number 3, Kansas City. Number 2,
Mm.
Cincinnati. Number 1, LA.
Ooh. So I'm gonna be honest, LA isn't on my list.
Wow.
Yeah, LA's not on my list. But so I would say number 5. You know what? I'm gonna go off the reservation a little bit with this one. Number 5, New England.
Really?
Yeah, I think Belichick is gonna
Okay.
find a way to get him
Matt Jones,
some
you
more
think Matt Jones
weapons.
gonna make it happen?
Yeah, I think Belichick's gonna find a way. Even he's gonna have that sophomore slump, or Belichick is gonna find a way to get him some more weapons, and he's gonna be they're gonna be better. So New England, New England, number 5, number 4. Uh,
Oh, I forgot about Buffalo. Yeah.
that actually they're my number 1.
Okay.
Both of them are number 1. But New England, number 5, number 4. I give Tennessee.
Okay.
Number 3, San Francisco. Number 2, Cincinnati, and number 1, Buffalo.
Okay. Okay. I forgot about Buffalo. I did. I slept
And
on Buffalo.
I'll just be honest, the bias is in on the San Francisco 49ers because we don't know, because I have to keep in mind we don't know what Trey Lance is going to be because we're not going to have Jimmy G. So,
Mhm.
but of course, but that's what I would think that would be that. New England, man, you got to take in consideration what they did. We expected Matt Jones to falter. He didn't falter.
He didn't. He
So, you know
didn't.
what I'm saying? So,
He
that's
didn't.
just, I got to, give it,
Keep
uh,
him 100.
yes.
Yeah,
So,
he
of course,
didn't.
doing that.
I did slip up on Buffalo though, because Josh Allen, yeah, they definitely should
Yeah.
be in my
And,
5.
and I think it's a situation
I
where,
mean,
like,
as a matter of fact, I would put Buffalo in and take out Tennessee.
and that's a wow. So Green Bay, the only reason I didn't
The
say Green
only
Bay because
yeah,
yeah, we don't
yeah,
know. Like the only thing, so all of them in my opinion, all of them have certain quirks about them. Green Bay, we don't know where Aaron's going to be. We don't know where
right,
Dante's going to be.
right.
San Francisco, we don't know what Trey Lance is going to do. Buffalo, we don't know if they're going to improve on a receiving core, if they're going to add a more of a potent run game. We just know
Mhm.
that Josh is there.
Right,
Tennessee, we don't know who we're gonna get because
right.
I mean they got a 2-headed monster in my opinion, in Freeman and Henry, and then
Right.
we don't know what's gonna go on with
With
Julio.
Tannehill
Yeah,
and
Tannehill.
Julio. Yep.
So
Julio.
like, but
Yep.
but in the same breath, there has been the rumors of Aaron going to Tennessee. So what if you know what I'm saying? What if
Yeah,
Aaron's in
that
Tennessee?
changes
That
everything.
like you got a
That
two headed,
changes everything.
you got a ground and you got a pound and pound two headed monster, and then you got Aaron with Julio Jones, AJ Brown. And I think with that being said, you get a whole bunch of different looks. Like other people wanted to go to Tennessee if you got that type of connection. It's just a lot of things, which is Cincinnati. They might get better. So I just look at it. That's why. And then like I said, New England, if you get him some more weapons, then they might be potent. Which we just talked about. If Tennessee gets Aaron Rodgers, that's a game changer. Anywhere Aaron Rodgers goes, I think is a game changer. Anywhere in
Facts.
certain areas in which Garoppolo goes, I think is a game changer. Um, who else is out there? I'm not going to say so much for Russell Wilson. I think he has to go to a particular team in order for that to be a game changer. Same with Deshaun. If Deshaun is still the same person that we knew, anywhere he going could potentially be a game changer. So Aaron to San Fran, I'll take it.
Yeah, you knew exactly what to say, Steve. To get you, yeah,
I'll take
you
that.
knew. Yeah, of course you would. Who wouldn't take that? There's not a team that wouldn't
Evidently,
take
San
that.
Francisco would. They didn't take Brady to San Fran for Garoppolo.
Well, I'm sure they've learned from their damn mistake. I'm sure that for sure. I'm sure they learned from their mistake on that one.
Nah, I
Oh,
don't foresee this.
what? Oh, my bad. What if New
Go ahead.
England gets Aaron Rodgers? Ugh. But why would they? Why would they get Aaron Rodgers if they got Matt Jones?
Yeah, Matt Jones already in rare
Yeah,
form. They might.
yeah,
I think that'll be a. That'll be. I
yeah.
mean, of course, you look at even a look at going to get Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
and this is your rookie. You know, what I'm saying your
That
second
means
quarterback
yeah,
that took you to the playoffs the year before.
right. That means you don't have no faith in him as a coach. And if I'm Matt Jones, I'm like, damn, you gonna bring in Aaron? You make it seem like I had a bad season. Like you're killing your quarterbacks. You're killing your quarterbacks. Uh, you're right. They don't need him. You killing your quarterbacks. Potential in his confidence. That's the word I'm looking for. You killing your quarterback's confidence if you go get Aaron Rodgers and in place and bench me and put in Aaron Rodgers. Like
I don't see
uh,
any. I don't see any quarterback that would be starting if Aaron Rodgers came to
if
town.
Aaron Rodgers goes anyway, if Aaron Rodgers go to Dallas, guess what? Dak is sitting. If he ain't shipped
Or
out,
trade
Dak
it,
is
or you
sitting.
trade it, or
Yeah,
it
that's what I'm
causes
saying. If he ain't
it
shipped
causes
out,
a domino
yeah.
effect.
Yeah, if he ain't shipped out, if Aaron was to go to any team, that whoever's the starter is no longer the starter.
Even though
Believe
we
that.
know it wouldn't be possible if Aaron went to Kansas City. Does he sit?
Yes, he still sits. Oh, does Aaron sit
Mahomes,
or does Patrick? Patrick sits. Patrick
Patrick,
still
yeah,
sits. Yeah, Patrick
Patrick
sits.
sits.
Patrick sits
Take a break for you know saying you take a break,
for a year.
young buck. You earned it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
he sits without question.
so additionally, as we move on to NBA, what we thought what happened is exactly what happened. Gorgon Dragic has reached a buyout with the San Antonio Spurs and is now a free agent and free to sign wherever he wants. Of course, a couple places where he might sign. The Los Angeles Lakers are interested. Chicago Bulls, Dallas Mavericks, Golden State Warriors, the Milwaukee Bucks, and even Bishop your Brooklyn Nets.
Mm.
Where do you think possibly the Dragon will end up? 35 years old, but he can produce. Where you think he needs to go to Philly? Where do you after last night? Yeah, he probably do.
You need to
But
go somewhere after last night, bro. Speaking of which, ooh, wee, God, y'all,
got him,
yeah.
got him.
Hey, now do y'all still think that was a good trade for Harden? Because Harden wasn't finna put that Harden wasn't finna help him last, bruh.
So,
Really?
so do you think? So where do you think the Dragon goes? As much as I'd like to see him in LA, we don't need another disabled. I mean, we don't need another uh end of the road player, even though he might produce.
I don't know where he could go, man. He like, I don't know, 35. So he doesn't have being that he's 35, he needs to go to a win team now. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Philly would probably be a good spot for him. Philly. Um,
I mean, for out of the season, we going LA or Brooklyn might be the destination for him. That's where everyone seems to.
you see that, Steve? You see this?
No, I don't see that.
Yes, yes.
I'm
You
blind,
see?
baby. I'm blind
Yeah,
to the fact.
yeah. He said, "Get rid of Russ. Get rid of Russ." What do you mean, Steve? What man? What
You
TV
talking
you
about
watching? Oh no, it wasn't a good trade. Oh, and you must be talking about for Philly in regards
yeah,
to
the
Philly
Philly
side.
was yeah.
But for my Nets, it was. For Philly, it might not have been. For my Nets, it was. But as far as the Dragon, yeah, I feel like he can go anywhere, bro. I would like to see. You know where I would
Who's gonna
like to see him
produce
go
it?
though. I would
Wilson.
like to see him. I don't think you named this team though, but I would love to see him to go to.
How about you say Phoenix?
I would love no
Oh,
Phoenix. Phoenix is set really. To be honest with you, I would love to see him go over there with Ja.
oh, to Memphis.
Yeah, I would love to see him go over there to Ja.
Mm.
I would if he was to go over there with Ja. Ooh, I think that would be it. I think Philly is a favorite to win the East as long as Embiid stays healthy. Not after that. Did you see the game last night, AP? They got mollywopped by Boston.
So interesting that
Mollywopped.
before we get into those recaps, Harden. And this is what I was talking about when we was talking about the difference in ideologies. So
Mhm.
what is rumored is James Harden believed that they should have been running an ISO offense, while Steve Nash and KD believe they should have ran a free flowing ice offense, to which started
Oh,
to lead to
out in Brooklyn.
yeah, out in Brooklyn.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what he. So James felt we should run ISO, which is more predicated to his game, and I'm very sure. It translates to KD's as well. But the coach and KD felt like it's better suited to run a free flowing offense, in which that's kind of like started to lead into because they James Harden said he wasn't the Kyrie. He's like Kyrie wasn't the reason he left. It was a disagreement in the offense or what they was doing. So who
Mm.
in this do you listen to? Like whose team is it at this point? Like was it
Who? Brooklyn?
yeah, Brook is KD's team,
KD's
correct?
team. Yeah, it's
KD's
KD's team.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does it even additionally does it surprise you that KD basically okayed the trade?
No, it doesn't surprise me because I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if Russ didn't want, I mean not Russ, if Harden didn't want to be there, in which I'm assuming that it got leaked out that he really didn't want to be in Brooklyn anymore, and KD got wind of it. I'm sure, and we saw KD's pettiness in regards to picking the last player for his team between him and between Harden and Gobert. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm not surprised actually. I'm not because I feel like KD was like, look, man, it's bad enough we don't have Harden. I mean, we don't have
Kyrie.
Kyrie. Look, we don't need both of you fools acting. Come on, no. One of y'all got to go, and I think I prefer you going Harden because I played with you before. Let me, I think, yeah. Hey, coach. Hey, tell Harden to pack his stuff up. Yeah, yeah.
so wait,
We're good.
so
There's
interestingly
nothing to talk
enough,
about.
interesting enough. So what? I think that kind of leads is kind of what you said because it was stated in rumor that they did not. In that case, Steven, I seen your comment, Steve. In that case, you got to think Harden had the ball a lot, so he was the dominant point guard for ISO. But
Mhm.
back to what you were saying, Bishop. The Harden, KD actually didn't want to see Harden go, but like you said, he had them. They needed help, and him relenting to sit the bench, and they start wondering like how much of was it, how bad, how severe the hamstring, as we talked about yesterday, hamstring injuries, how severe his hamstring injury really was. I think they start to call into question his ability to want to work and do whatever. So it just became a situation to where they couldn't take anymore. It was no more. Brooklyn had too many guys that needed the ball in their hands.
AP, that's no different than the Lakers.
How
They
did I
got
know
too
that
many,
we're gonna bring up the
but it's
Lakers?
is it not? Is it not? It's the
Well, I,
same
I think
thing.
that's the problem that we have is that you have two dominant. Yeah, it is the same problem because
It's the
it,
same
it
issue.
brings you back to the point to where why did a when we lost to the Clippers, why did AD touch the ball when it should have been in Russ'
He ain't gonna
hands?
never let that down. He ain't gonna. Trey ain't gonna never let that go. Trey is never gonna let that go. He is hot at AD for that. He is hot at AD for that, bro.
It's like it just be those situations like get your big ass down low, man. Move. Like, why are you bringing the ball up? God dang.
Oh my god! I wish you know what? I wish he would have hit it, so I would see what Trey would have felt if he had hit it.
Oh, if you had hit it, we would end up. Y'all wouldn't even know I felt a certain type of way.
Exactly.
but but he didn't,
Yeah,
so it's like goodness,
man. Now it's
move.
like, oh, it's your damn fault, AD,
Yeah,
for bringing the goddamn ball down.
like
But yeah,
move.
um, I mean, we get it, man. Lakers have too many old players. Who you considering? Who you considering old outside of LeBron? Are you calling Russ old? What's going on, Irma? Are you calling Russ old? Like
Hey,
we know they got
what's
some
good?
old players on the bench coming off the bench, but like I don't know. They stole that trade. The Nets which they got Seth and Draymond, which were two better. Absolutely, that's why I say
Yeah,
we definitely the Nets. My Brooklyn Nets definitely came out on
on that
top on
on
the
that
and
al-
two first round picks.
on that alone, I mean,
Yes, I feel like we won in that trade. I truly do. And after last night, and the trades, I'm sure it's about to go over the scores from last night and all the games. But after last night, man, and what Boston did to the 76ers with Embiid, they did that with Embiid on the floor. So come on, man.
but it's like what we talked about. Remember, like I said, when we was going through, I was like, "There's not." I was like, "Philadelphia is not going to get a win because they're short on their staff because they traded their backcourt away. I mean, they traded their bench away and
Mm-hmm.
and then put them in position, and then they haven't because Harden isn't expected to play till the after the All Star break, so he's at least two. He's going to be going out another 2 weeks. It just wasn't their night. It wasn't going to be their night.
Right. Right. Yeah. I don't know. I can't wait to see Harden play with the 76ers and see if he brings in a huge difference. But I said the same thing, Anthony. I said the same thing, bro. I totally agree. I told Trey that the other day. Harden and B will bump heads with you, won't laugh. I don't. I just. We talked about it just the other day. They are both ball dominant individuals, and like Trey said, Embiid is not a screen setter. He ain't trying to set no screen for Harden so he can do his little step back or do whatever. Embiid like, hey, you come set screens for me, or you give me the ball down in the post. I'm not getting it back to you now, though. But when you get it to me in the post, just know y'all head back on defense. I got the rest. I got the rest. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, the Lakers need to get rid of LeBron like Dallas do Hurst. Wow.
I mean, that's coming. That's evident. Like either LeBron's going to leave or
Wow.
he's going to retire.
Ooh, what? Really? AD's performances in the fourth quarter this season has been 4 points per game, 49% field goal percentage, and a 70% free throw this season alone in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that like I said.
Ooh, that speaks volumes. Ugh. Ugh. And he's averaging 23.3 points per game, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. But he's only averaging 4 points in the fourth
So I
quarter.
agree with
That's
Anthony
not a
right here.
closer.
We've
He's
talked
not a
about
closer.
this. I've talked about this. I share my like. I agree with you, Anthony. Like AD needs to go. That's like LeBron is going to go at some point anyway within the next 2 to 3 years. Anyway, he's going to sit up and leave. AD needs to go so we can get value for him, and he can go somewhere else and do what he does. But he's not. Yeah, he needs. I think he needs to go. I wish we could get our hands on something like a Jared Allen. I would like Jared Allen or
I would
some
love.
bonus.
So you know what, AP, I kind of agree with you in this aspect because I feel like I would love to see what the Lakers would look like with just AD, without LeBron, without Russ. What would the Lakers look like just with AD and some supporting cast? Not superstars, but supporting cast, or not necessarily superstars, in other words, but a supporting cast. I would love to see what the Lakers would look like in AD. being in LA by himself and having some help, but not LeBron or Russ type help.
Not superstar type help, just some
Yeah.
ace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. LeBron is waiting on Bronny to see if he's
Yeah,
in
that's
where
exactly what.
we
That's why I
yeah,
said 2 to 3 years.
yeah,
See, that's why he's going to be
yeah.
going. He's going to even leave in 2 or 3 years, or he's going to he might
I know
parlay to
LeBron.
where.
The bum. He called him the bum. Yeah,
Yeah,
we all know LeBum is waiting on his son to come in so he could be the first. He's trying to he's trying to be the first son and father and son duo in the league to play together and pass a giving assist to his son or his son giving an assist to him. We all know LeBum. That's just who he is. Better than what we have now. The Lakers would be better. It's possible. Like I said, I would love to see AD just be in LA by himself.
so who has gotten a little better is the Charlotte Hornets, although they were not able to be victorious last night as they traveled to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves, losing 126 to 120. They are at a 29-30 record as the Timberwolves improved to 31-28. They were led by, of course, Miles Bridges, 28 points, double double, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists, 22 points from Melo,
Mellow fellow.
one rebound short of of the double double. Terry Rozier dropped 25, and Montrezl Harrell dropped 12 points to help out. Melo is all star. He's all star. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, he's an all star.
How Melo and
He was a
absolutely.
replacement. He was a replacement, but he's an all star. Carter Anthony Towns, the big cat, dropped 39 points, 15 rebounds,
Ooh.
and 3 assists. He got help from Jaden McDaniels and D'Angelo Russell with 18 points apiece. 15 points from Patrick Beverly, who just earned him a $13 million extension. And then 10 points from Jared Vanderbilt. As like I said, the Minnesota Timberwolves continue to make their ascension the standings and moving along smoothly in the West. Your boy Bishop, of course, your man's in them. The Grizzlies led by Durant were victorious 121-109 as they traveled to New Orleans taking on the Pelicans. Pelicans dropped to 23-35 while the Grizzlies continue to improve. They're currently 41-18 as you get closer to the break. The Grizzlies, of course, was led by. Oh, Ja didn't even play last night.
He didn't. No, he
Yeah,
didn't.
the Grizzlies were led by Tyus Jones, 27 points, 1 rebound, 9 assists, 23 points from Triple J, Jared Jackson Jr., 7 rebounds, 2 assists. The Pelicans were led by CJ McCollum doing his thing, exactly what they brought him there to do. 30 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 18 points from Brandon Ingram, and 13 points from Jackson Hayes. But again, the Pelicans, as they have been known to upset a couple of people here and there, they weren't able to get the upset last night. But who did get an upset? Them Hawks.
I picked him.
How's it go? How's it go? What's if I say Trey Young? What do you say?
Boomer Sooner. Let's
Trey
go.
Young led the Atlanta Hawks with a 41.3 rebound, 9 assist night as he helped the Hawks get the W 124-116, improving to 27-30. The Cavaliers fall to 35-23. Trey Young received assistance from DeAndre Hunter with 18 points, 25 points for Danilo Gallinari, and 13 points from Kevin Huerter. The Cavaliers were led by Darius Garland as he continues to scorch the nets and make
Hold on, Trey.
yes, sir.
Did I win all the games last night, sir?
I don't think you did. We had to look and see. You might have because I picked
Because
Cleveland.
didn't you pick the
I picked Cleveland.
76ers?
Well, you
And you
definitely
picked
got more
Cleveland.
wins. Yeah, you definitely got more wins than I do. No, I picked the
I,
76ers and they won. But
no, the
so
76ers lost. What?
oh, you're
They
right.
lost.
You're right. You're
I
right. You're
picked the
right.
Celtics. You picked the
No, no,
76ers.
you're right. You're
Yes,
right.
you,
You're right. You're right.
yeah, I
You're
picked the
right. You're
70,
right.
I picked the Celtics. You picked the 76ers. And I knew you picked
Yes.
Cleveland. And I picked the Mavs, the Grizzlies, the Bucks, the Timberwolves. Because didn't you pick the Hornets or no?
Oh, where we got it along as we both we picked We picked the Suns. Oh no, the Suns won.
Suns
Yeah,
won.
so
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I
you're
won.
right.
Yeah, that one. I won all them games,
Yeah.
baby. The goat is back in the building again. Let's go.
Gary Gardner dropped 30 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists. Even Mobley represent Pac-12 victory. USC, them Trojans, 22 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 21 points out of Kevin Love as he continues to do his. Kevin Love is like a silent assassin right now. I
He
feel like
really is, bro.
he's doing
Like
work,
he
that
really
gritty
is.
work, like he's collecting. But
And
21 points,
yeah,
7 rebounds, 2 assists from Kevin Love. Karis LeVert, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Correction, 9 points, no rebounds, 2 assists. As they, as I said, as they took the L to the Hawks last night. Additionally, in Dallas, where was it? Dallas Mavericks. The
I
Dallas
think it was
Mavericks
yeah.
took on
Heat.
the Miami Heat, getting the W, an 8-point win, 107-99, as they defeat the Heat at in Miami. Mavericks are currently now 34-24. The Heat dropped to 37-21 as they try to keep a hold on that number one seed in the East, which is getting harder for them. Of course, Luka Doncic dropped 21 and 10 rebounds, 6 assists in their victory. Considered effort, 14 points from Dorian Finney-Smith and 12 points from Davis Bertrands. The Heat were led by Jimmy Butler's 29 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 21 points from Bam Abiago, 12 with 12 contribution to 12 rebounds, 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists from Kyle Kyle Lowry. Other action, Giannis. Welcome back, Giannis. His third 50-point outing in his career as Giannis uh, dropped 50 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists as they were victorious over the Indiana Pacers, winning 128-119, improving to 36-23, while the Pacers go to 19-40. Giannis also had help from Chris Middleton with 19 points, 14 points from Drew Holiday, and 12 points from Lindell Winnington. The Pacers were led by Buddy Hields, 36 points. Buddy, give us a call. Give us a call. We need that. 36 points from Buddy, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 points apiece from Kiefer Sykes and Terry Taylor, and 11 points from Jalen Smith as they took the L. What after Price said, what top five would be hit by simple playoffs?
Ooh, what are you saying? What team? What top five team will be out the playoffs in the first round? Is what you're asking?
As we wait for Anthony to respond back, we
Mhm.
continue with the last two teams. The Phoenix Suns take on the Clippers.
Yeah.
The Clippers not victorious in this as they thought they were going to go to Phoenix and get the W to move Phoenix to their third loss in 2022. Didn't happen. Phoenix was victorious 103-96 as they improved to 47-10 on the year. Clippers now 29-31, led by Marcus Morris Sr.'s 23 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 18 points from Nicholas Batum, 14 from Reggie Jackson, and 11 from guard Luke Kennard. The Suns, of course, every night, led by Devin Booker, 26 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 17 points, 14 assists, and 5 rebounds from Chris Paul, and 19 points from Mikal Bridges, as he also contributed with 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and DeAndre Ayton gave them a 12 point, 12 rebound double double. The Phoenix, bruh, do you foresee them slowing down at all?
No, not at all. Them boys is on. They on a mission, bro. They feel like they have. I feel like they have a grudge from what happened against Milwaukee. I really feel like they have a grudge right now. I feel like they think,
Mm.
you know what, we finna go in here and beat the like we finna we kicking ass and taking names, bro. Oh, excuse my language, y'all. I'm sorry. They kicking butt and taking names. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I think he feels like, bro. I feel
And then
like that's what he think. He
So
feels
what do you think Joel Embiid feels like after they were annihilated last night by
woo,
48
like dumpster
points?
juice. He feels like dumpster.
48-point drubbing as Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, both 28 points from Tatum, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and 29 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists for Jalen Brown as they did work on the Philadelphia 76ers. 11 Derek White contributed with 11 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 12 points from Grant Williams, and 18 from Aaron Nesmith, in which it seems like it was more of a situation where the Philadelphia didn't have any help uh, as opposed to Boston doing that much work. The leading scorer, Joel Embiid, 19 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. Next highest scorer was Tyrese Maxey, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and everyone else was no one else, no other double figure. Although they did empty the clip on the bench, and everyone scored. Millsap 9 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, but it just wasn't enough.
Stupid.
Steve, I was about to say, Steve, I know you in there, bro. What happened to Philly last night, man? What was going on? Did they what happened, bro? What happened? Was y'all the hangover from having Harden? Y'all turned up the night before and it's like, hey, we gonna go run through these boys. Like, what happened? Steve, talk to us. Talk to us, bro. What happened? Like that ugly girl at the club no one wants to talk to.
First, let's answer AP Anthony Perry. So, what top five team will be on a hit, be a one hit bust in the playoffs?
Mm,
I'm gonna be honest. My opinion, I think it's gonna be the 76ers.
go home early.
Mm-hmm. I think it's gonna be 76ers are gonna be going home early.
I can agree with you. Boston just put the ball in the basket.
They did. They was hitting on all cylinders, man. I feel like they was hitting on all cylinders. Yeah, I feel like Philly. I think it's the 76ers, man. I think they're gonna be the ones that's people have so much high side on them, but I think they're the ones that's gonna be the ones that's gonna fall
Yeah,
first.
that's the same thing Steve said. Philly, yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be that again, which is unfortunate. At some
it
point,
is
Joel
very
Embiid's probably
unfortunate.
gonna have to leave. Like they didn't got
Oh,
Harden. And
you
they
think Joe? No, but Joel Embiid is the Sixers. You can't get rid of Joel.
Joel gonna have to go somewhere.
No,
I
and
think
Harden
Joe's
would
gonna
be
go somewhere.
upset because Harden even said today or yesterday that Embiid is a mission is on a mission this year. I get it, but I don't. I think they're gonna be the one to fall in the playoffs. Harden mentioned yesterday in his first press conference that before even going to Brooklyn, he wanted to go to Philly. That's where he wanted to end up. It just didn't happen. He said that's where he really wanted to go, not to Brooklyn. So
Well, now definitely y'all gonna be relying on the three. Oh, you said they have those days, Boston. When okay, they rely on the three ball. I thought I was
true.
about to say Philly gonna rely on that a lot now. With
Now that they
Harden
got
in
Harden over there,
there.
absolutely, man.
He stays out by the arc. So of
Yeah,
course the slate for tonight, 11 game slate as the NBA I think is this last week or last couple of days before they
the
take off for the All-Star break.
weekend.
Um
Yep,
the Hawks go travel to Orlando to take on the Magic. Brooklyn takes on New York. Oh, that might be an interesting game. The
that will
Wizards
be
will be traveling to Indiana to take on the Pacers. Detroit Pistons travel to Boston
absolutely, Anthony.
to take on the Boston Celtics. The Grizzlies will play host to the Portland Trailblazers. San Antonio Spurs will be in OKC as they take on the Thunder. The Raptors will be in Minnesota
Cat
battling
Town.
against the Timber Cat Town, battling against the Timber with the T Wolves. Sacramento Kings will travel to Chicago to take on them Bulls, the Bulls. Houston Rockets, unfortunately, they'll be in Phoenix taking as they do battle with the Suns. The Denver Nuggets will travel to the West Coast, to the Bay Area, as they play against the Warriors, and the Lakers will be playing host to the Utah Jazz tonight as they get back into playing to see if they can end this losing streak that we're on.
So here
Hopefully,
you have it. Here you have it, Trey. Here,
mm-hmm.
here, here we go. Out of 11, I'm trying to go 11 for
11
11.
and 0.
11 and 0, baby. Here we go. I got Atlanta and that boy Trey Boomer Sooner. Trey Young and them Atlanta Hawks gonna take out the Magic on the road. That Knicks and Nets game, that's a road game. That is a
Mm-hmm.
road game, so that means Kyrie will be playing. I
Mm-hmm.
wish we could see Ben playing. Um, I'm gonna take the Nets. I'm gonna take the Nets and on the road, and it really, which really ain't on the road, but it is on the road because it's in Madison Square Garden. But either way, I'm taking Brooklyn. Then the Wizards and the Pacers. I'm going with the Pacers. I gotta go with Boston the way Tatum and them is playing, and I gotta take Boston over Detroit. I'm definitely not going against Ja versus the Trailblazers. Ja didn't play last night. He's definitely probably playing tonight. I'm taking the Grizzlies. The Spurs and the Thunder, that's just a doo-doo game. So, but I'm taking OKC. The Spurs are just not hitting on nothing. I'm taking Big Cat, Big Cat out there in Minnesota to take on them Raptors. I'm going with the Timberwolves, and then we know DeMar's team is gonna give it to them Kings out in Chicago. Man, he's finna rep out there in the shy. So I'm taking the Bulls. This game here, we know the Rockets has no chance against the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix. That's just we know this. This might be the biggest blowout of all the games this
48 or more
night.
than that 48.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a huge blowout. They probably sit all the starters in the third quarter. And then Denver Nuggets and the Warriors. This is definitely probably one of the games of the night. Denver and the Warriors. I'm taking the Warriors at home. You know, Steph and them is going to be doing Clay. All of them going to do their thing. And then the other game of the night is probably this Utah Jazz and this Lakers game. Um, that's a hard pick right there. Ooh, and they playing in LA. I want to go 11-0, man. Yo, darn Lakers, man. Yo, they is so sometime. Golly, bro. I'm gonna take the Lakers, man. I'm gonna go with the Lakers, man.
The
I'll take the
Lakers.
Lakers. I'm gonna take the Lakers at home, man. I feel like they can get a win at home. Like you said, there's only a couple of games before. This might be the last game. No, I mean, is this the last game before?
No,
No, they got
actually
games
they got
tomorrow.
they
Yeah,
got
and
games
then also
tomorrow. Yeah,
tomorrow's the last games. Tomorrow's the
yeah,
last game.
tomorrow's last games.
Yeah, Thursdays are the last games, which are only 5 games tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Lakers.
So I could rock with you with the first game. I roll with I I could rock with you. I know boom I could boomer sooner with you for Trey going with the Hawks. The Nets, Kyrie playing with Seth.
Yes. Ooh, I can't wait. Ooh, that's gonna be
I could rock with the Nets. I stay with the Nets on that one. I'm gonna rock Kuz. Kuz, come through, Kuzma with the Wizard. Boston definitely. Even though Boston might be on a hangover from last night.
Think they did too
Detroit,
much.
yeah,
They ain't got enough in the tank.
they might, but I think they got enough to beat the Pistons.
Yeah.
So they got enough, but because it could be like what happened the other night when Giannis didn't play against the Bucks. I guess they tried to rest him. And they thought they probably was gonna get an easy win against the Pacers, and they came in and shocked them.
Shocked them,
So
right?
yeah, so but I still rock with the Celtics.
Yeah, Anthony. That's my pick, man. I know it's I
The
know.
Grizzlies, I'm going to ride with them until they lose. They just got to go on losing streak for me to start rocking with them or play the
Right,
Lakers. Uh,
right.
the Spurs and OKC. I'm a Giddy fan. Josh Giddy, the young phenom in OKC. I think they got this. I think the Spurs don't have enough for that. The Shai Gildress. I mean SGA is
Mhm.
still there.
Right.
So I'm taking OKC. The Timberwolves is just hot, man, and
Big cat.
yeah, so I'm rocking
Big
with
cat.
Cat and them. The Bulls, DeMar stand up. You know what I'm saying? After going over contingency thinking about that halftime show in the NBA, DeMar, you know what it is, always represent the city, hub city. That's what it is. So of course I'm rocking with the Bulls. The Rockets and the Suns, that's self-explanatory.
That's easy.
It's unfortunate for the Suns, for the Rockets.
That's easy.
The Warriors, I
And the
think Clay is
Nuggets.
going to come back. Yeah, I think Clay is going to come back with a vengeance after he wasn't too successful in their last album. So I think he has a statement to make. So I'm rocking with the Warriors in that one.
Yeah,
And
and
then
the pick of the night right here for
of
him. This is
course,
the
you know
pick
what I'm
right
saying?
here.
You already know what it is. I'm not gonna go against them Lakers. Showtime, baby. And when we speak about that, Bishop, are you gonna watch the Showtime movie that they got coming out?
What Showtime movie?
It looks like it's a movie in reference to Magic Johnson, but it's called Showtime. It's I forget. Let me see if I can
Oh,
find out where
I
it's
know.
gonna air.
I ain't even heard of that. I haven't even heard of that.
Yes.
Let me bring this up too while you look for that. I'm gonna
Yes,
ask y'all
sir.
this. This is controversial. It is Black History Month, so let me hear it. Your thoughts on the Olympic Committee allowing Russian skater Valeva
Hmm.
to continue to participate after testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs. What is y'all's take on that? Mind you, just a few months ago during the Summer Olympics, we had a USA woman sprinter who was not allowed to participate in the Summer Olympics because she tested positive for weed. But you're allowing this Olympic 15-year-old skater to participate in the Winter Olympics, and she tested positive for performance enhancing drugs. Come on, guys. We all know we talk. We all know who we talk about when about the summer. Shakara Richardson, thank you. We all know who we talk about when Jackie. We all thank you, Jackie. We all know who we talking about when it comes to Shakara Richardson. She tested positive for some weed.
Oh,
Exactly, Sarah. That part.
is it double standard? Is
That
it?
part. Double standard is not even that ain't even the word, Trey. Like, come on, man. If y'all don't see this, man, if y'all don't see the double standard, the unfairness of this all, man, come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. That is a straight slap in the face to us. That is a straight slap in the face to us, bro. That doesn't make any sense, man. When I heard that, I was like, I was saying they better not let her skate. They better. What do you mean we got to see what the commit? There should be no question. She should be sent home. If she want to skate, she should go back home to Russia and skate in Russia.
So what I
Everybody trying to
will
give
say,
her, everybody trying to give her I
a
didn't mean to cut you
pass.
off, Trey. A pass because she's 15 and
So
no,
what
I
I
don't
will
want
say,
none of that.
what I will say is the ROC has been notorious. Hence the reason why they're ROC
Oh,
right now.
see, thank
Yeah,
you. That part.
because they had the allegations of past in the I believe the Summer Olympics for a couple. Of course, y'all know the Olympics are every 4 years.
Right.
So the Olympics from past to which their athletes have been caught potentially for doping and stuff like that.
A
So
lot.
they had to disband as the Russia team, and now they're called the ROC.
Right.
So with that being said, being notorious for those type of antics or tactics, I would think that there's a that's what is driving it. But I also would wonder what is, like, we know Shakari Richardson's situation because it was rules and regulations supposedly where she had a month ban. You had to wait the month, but unfortunately that month was going to put her behind to where she wasn't going to be able to. And then technically she could have been reinstated on the as an alternate, but the the USA committee decided not to take her. So I would wonder if the rules for the Winter Olympics are the same as the Summer Olympics, and if
I
that's the
would wonder
case,
why
then
they wouldn't be if they. I mean,
true.
the
That's I
Olympics
mean that
wouldn't
is
be
a good, yeah.
despite the fact on what season it is. The
Mm-hmm.
rules should be the
The
same
same
across the
across the
board.
board because
Right.
yeah.
I would figure, and I think what even bothers me even more about the whole situation is they're not even really comparing the two situations. They're talking so much about this Russian skater, the 15-year-old.
Yeah, she got for a gold medal.
Yes, and then I don't know why they're not harping on the fact that they didn't let Shakari Richardson participate at all. But y'all still out on they talking about, oh well, she could participate. She might not receive a medal or what. That's BS. Why are y'all even allowing her to participate, man?
So it goes back
That
to
don't even
that.
make
So
sense.
that part of it goes back to the how we when we look at the hiring of African American coaches in the NFL. Like the NFL isn't the one that does the hiring.
Right.
So for Shakari Richardson, what happened is yes, she could have still went to the Olympics, but the USA team or whoever the track and field or whoever the official were that selected the team elected not to take her. So in this case, like you said, it should be a bad. Basically, at the end of the day, the ROC athletes should not be able to compete at all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, basically should
Absolutely.
not be able to compete at all because that's just what right looks like. To where she hasn't been, she got caught for doping, or allegedly caught for doping, as Sarah stated. They claim that they mixed her grandpa's medicine. And she said, "Give me a break." But
Come on, bro.
again, I am
Like
a
really.
fan, bro. Like for real talk. I am a fan of the legal systems and how things work. And so when I look at it, the shadow of a doubt is it possible that they could have mixed her grandpa's medication with her medication? That is a loophole, or that's a loophole for them to sit up and to make a case for this is possible. The only thing that's going to be damning, or which will damn it is like we understand that is an honest mistake, but
You still gotta go.
yeah,
You still gotta go.
she got tested. It's
Right.
unfortunate. It's
You still
unfortunate
gotta
at this
go.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate
Even
at this
still,
time.
if okay, cool. Apple AP said hell no. But even still, I'm with you. Even still, you still gotta go. I don't
Yeah,
care
you
if you
still got to
did
go.
if you mixed them up. Oh well, I'm
It's
sorry that
unfortunate.
happened.
Yeah.
Whatever. However, I don't know how it's possible you could mix up your grandfather's meds with your meds. I don't get that. But either way, still, um, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go, man. You
Yes,
gotta
sir.
go. She's 15. Come back clean and for absolutely, Sarah. Oh my bad.
You good.
Absolutely, Sarah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like you're 15. Come back at 19 and we'll see. Just try it again. You're young. You can do it again. That shows what? That shows she can't. I'm just saying, bro. Like that don't even make sense, bro. That don't even pass the common sense test, bro. It don't to me, and I think it's so unfair, man. And I know Shakari right now. I know she heated. I know she heated, bro. But I mean, our time is short, man. We got to get off here because we got some other things to do. But on a better note, man, I want to shout out to Erin Jackson for the first Black woman to win a gold in speed
Yes.
skating. So for shouts out to her, African American, because this is of course Black History Month. So I want to give her a mad shout out for that. And then also I want to do this too, man, because again it's dealing with sports. Let's give it to her, man, and give it to them. Congratulations to Texan safety Jonathan Owens and Simone Biles on their engagement. He bit down on one knee yesterday, and she accepted the proposal. So mad shouts out to the future of the Owens, of Simone Biles and Jonathan, the safety for the Texans, on their engagement yesterday. We could definitely talk more about that Russian skater
Tomorrow. Yeah.
tomorrow if we choose to. But yeah, man, that was just crazy. There's no way I could let that go, man. That's all they're talking about, and it's crazy how they're just talking about it and kind of just ignore the fact that you're not going to say nothing about Sha'Carri Richardson and what she did, and y'all. It's crazy that y'all not comparing the two.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody want to talk about this 15-year-old. This 15-year-old, but y'all not what? And Sha'Carri got caught with weed. Like that, weed doesn't help you run faster. None of that. It don't do nothing of that sort. So,
How do you know that, Bishop?
huh?
How do you know that?
So we like to thank you for tuning in today. We appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tuning
we
in
greatly.
today.
You know what? It's
Oh
of
my
course I'm not gonna
god,
say, but it's some stuff in which we can have a conversation about some of the people in the chat and all that type
bro,
of stuff when it comes to that. Man, it's
bro,
hilarious, bro. Like
bro.
some of the stuff where you realize how things go, and it's like, man, it's like,
Yeah, I know,
oh
right?
my
AP, I
goodness,
know, Anthony, right? Like, really, dude? Like, really?
man, some of that stuff, bro. I keep on seeing the B with old girl be like, man, this ain't no good. It's like these things is weak. And next thing you know, she on the lamp braiding the wig on the lamp, like, man.
What? Yeah, man, that's
Oh
funny,
my
though.
goodness.
Man,
I
that's too funny.
greatly appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying, tuning in and listening to us
Yeah.
this morning. Of course, y'all know to catch us 09 to 1100 hours Central Standard Time every Monday through Friday. Of course, as well as any other E2G sports shows, in which are, if you go to the E2G page, you'll be able to get when they're listed or what times they come on to listen to as a whole. And if you have an opportunity, if you're on our social media pages, myself and Bishops, of course, when we get a chance, we'll post the link in reference to the into the Powerverse for anyone that's into the Power
The
franchise that
series.
50
Yep.
Cent has built. Of course, if you're not into it, hey, it might be something you might want to get into.
And
You
if
gotta get
y'all,
past
yeah, and
the
if you,
content,
yeah,
but
and if you saw 50 Cent during the Super Bowl, you can see why the show is so
yeah.
good, because he
Yeah,
eating real good.
he eating real good, real
Yeah,
good.
he a dollar
You
fifty
ain't
now.
heard an
He ain't
album
just
for 50
50.
Cent in at least in about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
So
he
he
ain't
getting his
50. He
money
a
for
dollar
somewhere.
50 now. He a dollar 50. He a
So
dollar 50.
as again, as we do, we greatly appreciate y'all coming out, rocking with us this morning, being in formation. I know it was a long formation, but we look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. As like I said, 09 Bishop. Any parting words so we can get up out of here?
No, man, you said everything, man. You covered everything, man.
All right, really appreciate it. So at this time, show attention, fall out. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
All right, man.
Goodbye.
Y'all have a great hump day.
All right.
Roll 5-star.